Good Friday evening. Um, just finished up a long week of work. I'm excited to get into the gym. Was again supposed to lift the shoulders and traps and biceps yesterday. Just that's my usual lifting schedule. Work got in the way a little bit. Decided to push it off till today. Plus, Vasa, the gym that I go to, is super packed. Yesterday night. And Friday nights, it's usually less packed because people are out drinking and going out to eat and enjoying themselves like, I don't know, normal people, I guess. But yeah, excited to blow off some steam, get in there and really just hit the weights hard. The thought of the day for today: it takes courage to grow up and become who you really are, by E. E. Cummings. Um, I take that to heart a lot, right? So if you were to talk to me 3 years ago and been like, hey, you probably need to make this bodybuilding thing like something serious, like something you really want to do, I would have kind of laughed at you and been like, no, there's no way. I mean, 3 years ago, I was just getting back into the gym. So it feels good to have found something that I really love and that I want to potentially pursue and make my full time thing. Hopefully, we'll see. But yeah, just be yourself, you know. This weekend, no snowboarding. I'm just gonna relax, take the time to recuperate, get on a normal meal prep schedule. Just kind of have a regular weekend. But then the weekend after next, we are going snowboarding again. So just enjoying the downtime while it's here. So let's lift.
Okay, so warmed up my shoulders a little bit. First thing we're going to do is we're going to do 3 sets of side laterals at a relatively controllable weight, not trying to go super duper heavy here. Right, so it's like definitely still heavy enough that I'm getting good stimulus out of the weight, but not so heavy that I'm having to swing it around and do anything crazy. So, all right, going in for a second set here. My my second set of these movements they always feel better than my first set, so that's good. Okay, going for the 85s again, at least for the first set. Hopefully, first 2 sets, because we have Ethan here to spot us, so we shall see. But shoulders are feeling good already. And if last week's performance is going to be any kind of indicator as to what kind of load that I can move this week, 85 for at least one full set should be doable. Let's handle business. Ah. Okay. Honestly, did not feel as good as I hoped it would, but we're still going to attempt the second set. I will say this. First set this week was definitely at a slower pace, and I went deeper overall into the rep than I did for the first set last week. So even though I only got 14 reps, I'll take that as a positive. All right. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Third set of shoulder presses. Dropping weight 10 pounds here. I should still be able to get a good muscle stimulus off of 75 pounds, but like my left shoulder was feeling a little tender on that last set. I've historically had some shoulder problems, like with the joint and the ligaments. So just making sure that we don't overdo things and lead to an injury. Because at the end of the day, one set of weightlifting is not worth 10 weeks of recovery time for an injury. So lift hard, but lift smart, you know? Okay. Ah. Oh. 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 So weight stays relatively consistent here as it did with the last movement. I'm going to be using the 80-pound dumbbells, just hitting my upper pec, front delt, that whole upper shelf, right? Um, there's only 2 sets here, so I think the key to this movement with these 2 sets is to ensure that, like, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse, but like just controlling the weight. Like I could probably move 100s at this position, but I'm utilizing the 80s because I know I can control them more. That's what I'm doing. Last set of these. Got to make it count. Yeah. Woo. That felt good. All right, back to some shoulder shrugs, chest supported. I like to drop my bench a click or 2 just to give myself, I don't know, it feels like this is a better angle for me to be moving my traps at. I have less of a likelihood of using my arms and shit like that. I love trap movements because it just, I don't know, makes my back feel big. Makes me feel like I'm walking around with a 50-pound sack of flour on my back, you know? Maybe you don't know. All right, last set of these to make sure we really focus on not engaging our elbow and bicep in this, because in the later stages of this movement, that is a very easy bad habit to slip into. This burnout set has probably become one of my favorite movements all week. I just feel a really good mind-muscle connection here. So I'm trying to isolate my upper traps with this. No, come on. Oh, fuck. Come on. That's all I got. Okay, I'm going to be dropping the weight about 5 pounds because I swung those dumbbells a little bit more than I wanted to. I want to be able to control them more. So, oh, oh, mm, oh, oh, mm, oh, oh, uh, 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 come on. Yeah. Some low cable curls, 2 sets, 25 pounds on the stack, just getting a good squeeze in, you know? Yeah. Woo. Woo. One more set. Come on. Whew. All right, let's get some posing in. I know we didn't hit legs, but nice to throw the legs in there every now and then. Oh, that looks pretty good. Yeah.
All right, so that was a really great lift. Had a good pump all around on all my movements. Um, Shoulder press felt really good. The super high incline press that I do, I really enjoy that lift, right? Because I just it's one of those movements that I have a really good mind muscle connection with. I'm really able to feel it stretching out my upper pec and my front delt. And then as I get to the top of that movement, I really can feel a good squeeze. And even though it's only two working sets, um, since it's after shoulder press, it just really fatigues me and it feels really good. Speaking of shoulder press, second set, kind of my left shoulder, I don't know, didn't tweak it per se, but like it felt tender. Um, didn't love that, right? So always got to be careful because at the end of the day, bodybuilding is a marathon, not a sprint. Like I said earlier in the video, like one set of lifting is not worth 10 weeks of recovery. So push yourself hard, but don't push yourself to the point of injury, which is what I do, obviously, try to avoid. Um, so, on one of the previous videos, I had a comment asking about incremental progression for beginners, right? At the end of one of the videos, I spoke about how bodybuilding is all about incremental progression across your movements, week to week, month to month, right? Just increasing by little percentages. That way, over a long period of time, you are X percent better. And the question was like, essentially, is that an effective tool for beginners, or should you wait until you have a more established physique? Um, the answer is yes and no, right? So if you're still at the beginning, like the infantile stages of your lifting journey, and you are still learning how to do bench press, how to work with cables, how to do a curl effectively, right? Like, so if your main energy and focus is on how to complete these lifts, then leave that as your main energy and focus, right? But on the same point, incremental progression as it is an effective tool when implemented properly. So as long as you're tracking your lifts and week to week, you are, or month to month, you're trying to increase weight or increase reps without increasing total working sets, um, then it's an effective tool, right? Uh, any tool like this, when implemented properly, can be beneficial. So take that with what you will. Um, I would say that anybody could use it. Um, just make sure that it's not distracting you from lifting properly. And you don't want to increase weight for the sake of increasing weight, right? It's called ego lifting, right? We don't want to throw on an extra 30 pounds to our bench after 1 week because, oh, well, got to increase weight, No. Safe, effective lifts using proper technique. When you can increase weight or reps, do that and track it. But yeah, tomorrow I got legs. So we'll see you again for that.